Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to take you guys through a no bullshit guide that takes you from no experience and no knowledge in web dev to job ready in the quickest amount of time possible. What you're going to get in the next few minutes is a no bullshit guide from no experience, meaning literally no knowledge or anything in the web dev sphere, all the way to job ready. It's going to cost you literally no money at all. It should be completely free. The entire process should not cost you a single dime. On top of that, this has been optimized for your time, meaning everything I say in this course has been considered thoroughly to make sure this is actually worth learning. And finally, in my opinion, this is the easiest path to learning web dev. Honestly, every other method out there, paid or not paid, is probably worse in some way. I think this is the best way. First of all, you're going to pull up FreeCodeCamp.org and you're going to learn these three languages, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These courses right here are really good in my opinion, and they're completely free because FreeCodeCamp is a non-profit, meaning you don't have to pay a single dollar to learn anything on this. In my opinion, this is the best learning method for its price point, which is literally nothing. If you need to learn what to learn in the JavaScript side, all you have to learn are these courses right here. You don't have to go any deeper than that at this moment. First thing you're going to do is build a small website. All you have to do is build this in HTML and CSS and maybe use a little bit of JavaScript if you can. It just has to be a very simple site. It doesn't have to be perfected in any way. All you have to do is get it done and make it functional. You're not focused on getting everything right. You're not focused on making it look good. You just need to get it done right. As you can see, this is a website I pulled up on Google like literally 10 minutes ago. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It just has to be something functional and looks good. Learn all of the setup and the process at the same time. You're going to be experimenting and using tools like Visual Studio Code. You're going to learn how to actually code online using tools and resources such as the docs or anything else that you might have. This is just a great place to get into the sphere and break into it and understand how it works. There are a lot of tools you can use in this process. In my opinion, AI is the best tool you can use. ChatGPT is by far the best teacher out there in the modern world. I know there's other AIs. I prefer ChatGPT because it's built for talking with the human instead of just giving you information. So this is probably the best one out there. If you're going to spend money, you don't have to, but if you are going to spend money, go for ChatGPT Plus. It's a really good tool. You don't have to waste your time with tutorials. YouTube tutorials will not stick in any way, fashion, or form. I think they're a complete waste of time. I don't know why people watch them. I never got anything out of them when I was watching them, when I was learning how to code. I think it was 2 years ago. Complete waste of time. Don't even touch them. They're garbage. I'm sorry to say it, they are. You want to learn how to use the docs. It's a very important lifelong skill to have. The docs are amazing. You'll even use it when you're a mid-level developer, when you're a senior developer. Getting that skill down and knowing how to go to the docs so you don't know anything or you need to know how to use a function or a tool or anything really is a good skill to have. To learn to use the docs, very important at this stage to get down. By the way, you don't have to memorize anything. You just have to learn to use syntax. At this stage, memorizing entire rows of syntax is completely redundant. It's going to waste too much time. You don't have time to worry about that. You just have to learn to use stuff at this process, and later on, as you get more experience and you build more stuff, then you can start to memorize it on your own. At this process, hopefully you've got your website complete. Please, for the love of God, take your time on the stage. You don't have to speed this up. You can take as much time as you need to build your website. But once you have got it done, you're going to want to go onto GitHub, sign up for an account, and you want to put your website on GitHub. This also is going to be a little complicated for beginners. That's completely A-okay. Just take your time and get your website on GitHub. You can learn to use any tutorial you want. It's really just a one-time thing. Once you got it down, you'll never have to struggle with this. Now, at this stage, it's recommended to learn Git. I would personally not recommend you learn Git. It's a little too complicated. You don't need to learn it. You could just use something called GitHub Desktop, which is Git, but with a GUI instead. It's a great replacement, and it does the job for now. Get your website live using just GitHub. There should be a function to do that, and then you're ready to move on to the next stage. Now you got your first website built and uploaded on GitHub, and you have your first website live, and you're not using localhost. Make sure it's actually a URL from GitHub. You're now ready to move on to the rest of the necessary JavaScript. So what you should do is go back to FreeCodeCamp.org, and you're going to learn these modules right here. The rest of them are optional. If you have the time, you can go ahead, but honestly, this is all you need to jump into our framework. So everything I've checkmarked here is important. Everything else is optional. Okay, at this stage in the guide, I'm going to be a little opinionated. I know that some people may disagree with me. I understand, but in my opinion, React is the industry standard for getting into the web dev sphere for modern frameworks. And while you're at it, you're going to go for Next.js. Next.js, by the way, is a React framework. What you're going to do is go to Next.js docs, and you're going to go and learn React on the docs. They have a really, really good tutorial. I'm telling you, I did not understand how React worked for the longest time. Then I found this tutorial right here, and it literally made sense instantly. It is one of the best tutorials I've ever seen. So learn React on the Next.js docs. You don't have to learn anything else here. The app router, the pages, SEO, or anything Next.js related, you don't have to touch that. You just have to do the React foundations. Once you've got that set up, go ahead and build your first Next.js project. Use the docs and the installations page specifically to learn how to set up your React project. But if you need some help on what settings to choose, you don't want to use TypeScript and you want to use Tailwind. Those are the two important ones. These are going to set up your foundations. I know we're skipping TypeScript at this stage, but honestly, I think it's too much for a beginner trying to learn all of this at once. So just stick with learning Tailwind and learning React at the same time. It's just enough so that you're not overloaded, but you're learning enough in the process. Now that you got your site set up, you're probably wondering, what do I build? At this stage, what you're going to do is copy an existing portfolio. You will not hear this advice anywhere. This is something that I have coined myself. And the best way to do it is to Google a portfolio list on GitHub. You'll get something like this. If this site gets taken down for whatever reason, you know how to find another one. Find one of the websites in this list that you like and just copy exactly and change the words to make it your portfolio. It's a little unethical, maybe, but it's the fastest way to learn. We're not here to design something. We're here to learn how to code. Learn to build this in your React or Next.js project, and you will learn everything you need to know about React. By the way, these are some things to focus on: prop, state, conditional rendering, all this stuff. You can figure this out on your own. Make sure you link your website to GitHub. And finally, the one important thing I think that matters here is responsive design. Hopefully you touched on this in your first website, but if you have not, please get this down now. Responsive design is the number one thing that I've ran into issues with when I was in my web dev journey. It is the number one pain point in everything you do. Get this down now or you will struggle in the future. After you got your site kind of set up, upload it to Vercel as quickly as possible. Vercel is a free hosting platform for websites. It's really good for React websites specifically. Once you've got your thing set up there, you might want to troubleshoot some of the issues that will arise because for some reason, a lot of stuff that doesn't appear in localhost will appear when it's live. Do this as early as possible, as I said, so you can troubleshoot these issues early. And now you got this up on Vercel. Your site is live on the internet. Spend as much time as you need to on this stage as well. You could spend up to a week on this, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Does not matter. You just need to get everything down here and build a functional site. You don't have to strive for perfection, as I say, but get it close enough at this stage because this will be the piece that you'll be showing to your boss, your employer, or anyone else as you try to present yourself as an employee in the future. So get this done right, do it correctly, set it up properly, take your time with this, and have a little bit of fun in the process. I'm telling you, if you enjoy the process, you will have a great time in the web dev career. That's it. That's honestly all you need to know to get into your first job or internship. At this stage, you should just try to get any job. It does not matter how you get it. Just get any job and get your foot in the door and start getting some experience. The first 2 years in the dev sphere are really saturated. So if you can just get your foot in the door and do anything for even a low pay, that is better than being unemployed. I know we skipped the backend at this stage entirely and we only learned front-end coding. That is also fine. In my experience and opinion, you don't need to learn backend at this stage. A lot of people will learn it on the job, but if you really insist, you can go back to FreeCodeCamp.org. They have a backend section for JS. You just have to do that section. Don't touch stuff like Python. It's a waste of time. Start applying now. I promise you are ready, so start applying. Do not falter. Do not stop and wait. Do not think I need to do another project. Start applying now and continue to learn and build at the same time, but you need to start applying. Every application will tell you exactly the feedback you need to know as to where you are and if you're ready for a job. So start applying now. Just get your applications out. I promise you, you need to do this now. If you need help applying for a job, by the way, I do have a school community where I help new developers land their first job. I have a lot of tips, tools, and methods to land a job. It's in the early stage right now, meaning that it's a lot lower the price that it will be in the future. But if you want to consider an investment in your future that you'll earn back quickly once you land your first job, you could join the community. It's new right now, as you can see. So that's why it's, once again, for a low price, but you'll get private mentorship from me specifically. If you're interested in that, there's a link in the description. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.